I was getting ready to go to work, and I stepped out on my porch, and finally, my Mile High comic book order came in after 3+ weeks. So I told Eddie about this. I was like, man, I'm so excited for this order. It's probably one of the best orders I've ever made for Mile High. I'm very excited about it. And Eddie's been wondering probably what I got, and I can't wait to show it in this video later when I get home from work. But yeah, there it was, sitting on the porch like a shiny beacon after so long of waiting. And they apologized, Mile High was good about that, because the lady told me on the phone they was so backed up with the orders for July, for that July 4th sale they had. And I'm understandable. At least, I was like, as long as I'm getting the books, as long as I'm getting what I ordered. And let me tell you, I'm very happy with what I picked up. Very, very happy. So, yeah, you're going to see it in this video when I get home. I popped the box open to check, and everything's there. So I'm going to show it off in a latest comic book finds pickups video here, as I'm going to call it Mile High Magic. Hey everybody, hope you like that intro. And yeah, my Mile High Comics order after 3 to 4 weeks has finally come in. Now, I haven't ordered from Mile High in a long time, and they was having their 65% off sale for July 4th. And I was like, I'm going to tune into that. I'm going to check it out. And like I said, I haven't ordered anything in a long time, and I told Eddie and Chris and Jason about it to see if they's going to order anything. And I don't think they did. I think they've gotten all the issues they want. And I was flipping through there, and I found 11 issues. Now, this special 12th issue, I'm going to go ahead and show you first. It actually came from a bookstore in town, and it's actually a UK magazine. It is Warrior Magazine, the summer special of 1982. And amazingly, now this bookstore, had a lot of books really marked up insane. And I looked at this first, and I was like, please tell me that's a 2 instead of a 7. If that's a 2, I'll go ahead and pick this up. And it was. I picked this issue up, and this book's pretty decent. I think this book's, I think it books between 30 to 50. I might, I have to look it up. But I was like, okay, for $2, I'm going to go ahead and get it. And it's got a Miracle Man story in it. And I believe it has a V for Vendetta story. Yeah, I think it has V for Vendetta. And V for Vendetta and Miracle Man all started in Warrior Magazine. And Warrior Magazine had these stories. And V for Vendetta is most famous for it. It started there. And I have the first V for Vendetta. I didn't realize this for years later. Because I just picked these up for nothing at my old local comic book shop called Crit Hit. I would just walk in there and I see these for $1, $1.50, and I don't even think the guy that ran the shop knew what they was. Me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get these. These look interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them up. So now we're gonna get to some good stuff here. We're gonna get to the Mile High order, and with Mile High, like I said, they had a 65% off sale, and I was going through and I had picked out some real bangers. I picked up the bangers I needed, and I'll discuss why I picked these issues out. And but for 3 of these I picked up were fanzines, or basically periodicals about comics that would come out almost on a weekly basis. And it was Amazing Heroes, and this is Amazing Heroes 67, which is really weird timing because we're about to get a big Marvel Avengers crossover, and this was just announced like weeks ago with Robert Downey coming back as Doom. Well, this was Secret Wars 2, and this has Magneto and Wolverine, and that's pretty cool that, there's Wolverine, and Nightcrawler. And I picked this up because, like I said, this is a nice magazine that back in the 80s that used to tell you about comics. And There's the Thunder Agents. I actually had this series, and I believe this series is one that they wasn't supposed to put out. And I believe, I don't know. There's one of them. I heard one of these Thunder Agent series wasn't supposed to happen, but okay. Yeah, you got Chris Adams. You know, this is an interview with him, but this was used to be before Wizard came along, and Wizard actually basically took out Amazing Heroes because it had better production style. They had glossy paper. They had colored artists, you know, colored paper and stuff like that. So another Amazing Heroes I picked up was number 23, and this has Crystal, and I picked it up for the cover because I thought this was a cool cover. I never collected this character, but I picked it up because it has the early days of the Hulk, and it has Challengers of the Unknown and Star Wars. I went ahead and picked it up, plus this was cheap. I think this averaged like $1 to $1.50 with a 65% off sale. And I didn't really need to pick up brand spanking new issues. Like I said, I just picked up fine. I was like, I don't need to pick up fine, you know, very fine issues because I like these Amazing Heroes. And this was a hell of a deal right here. Here's one. This was Amazing Heroes number 82, and this one is the 1985 preview issue with Love and Rockets on there. Love and Rockets is an indie book. I think it's still coming out at times. I might be wrong. I don't really follow Love and Rockets, but I remember the characters singing them. And yeah, the 82 preview special. I love these preview specials. I've got a bunch of them through the 80s. I mean, look at how thick that was. And I believe it was like $1.50 back in for that. That's how thick this thing was. And that's all the Amazing Heroes I picked up. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this crap. Let's get to the main event. Now, like I said, the main event, and oh man, I picked up 6 issues of Batman. I need 6 issues of Batman, and I'm gonna discuss them, and you're gonna see the first 5 of them. Okay, the first 5, the first Batman issue I picked up was Batman number 215. I've done everything as you commanded. Wayne Manor and everyone in it has been destroyed. Yeah, that's a cool cover. Yeah. Now we're going to do the next one. It is Batman number 208, and this is, I could always upgrade these issues. I just picked them up because I was wanting to get issue numbers to fill in. I'll eventually upgrade this issue of 208 to a better copy, but this will be a nice little reader copy to have. And like I said, these were cheap. These were 65% off, and it was cheap enough to get, and this gives me the numbers that for my collection. There it is. I got Batman number 207. This nice little 12 cents Batman with Batman and Robin in a death trap. That's kind of cool. Look at that, man. That is very cool. Batman and Robin in a death trap. That is very cool. I got Batman number, I'm looking at this, 205. And I love the reflection off the sunglasses. And I believe this might be a Neil Adams cover. I love that reflection. I am blind. Yeah, that is a very cool reflection. And it's very weird now, like the past year or two, L.A. Knight. Yeah! 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 Wrestler. The camera focused on his glasses, like this character. Well, he has these nice little cool circular sunglasses, the shades, and you can see Roman Reigns' reflection in the glasses. And people start putting reflections of different people back there, like they put like Alexa Bliss is behind him, the reflection of the 2 shades. It was funny that people made that, but it was kind of cool because he was able to position himself in the camera that had the reflection show, like this Batman cover. But yeah, this is Batman 205. And I got this 80-page giant of Batman number 193. This was the one I needed, 193. Yeah. Batman number 193, yeah. But yeah, this is the one I needed. And like I said, that's the Batman issues. Now we're going to get to the big ones. Now, big 3. And these are 3 keys. And these 3 keys, this one is a key because it has a story and a cover, and it's very hard to find at times. And when you do find it, it's marked up because it's a Joker story. It is Detective Comics number 532, The Joker Train. I believe Eddie has this one. Jason may have it. And it's a hard one to find. I remember trying to find it in a shop and store, and this one always eluded me. And this was one of those issues I needed to fill in my Detective Comics run with. So finally getting it really is nice. And like I said, I was happy they had to sell. Now, this one was a nice little get. And I was like, okay, that's great. I got that one. That would have satisfied me. But I wasn't done.
But wait! There's more!
Yeah, there's more. Yeah. I got a second appearance of the Silver Age Riddler. Now, this issue is marked up at shops. And it's the second appearance of the Silver Age Riddler. And this one was probably the one that I paid, I think they had this one in fair condition. And it was marked a little bit up, but it was worth getting because this issue is Batman number 179. Batman number 179. Yeah, second Silver Age Riddler. Now, this pretty much takes my Batman run, because when I first started, from Batman, I needed 15 issues to go all the way back to the early 1960s of Batman. 1961 or 62. This issue, pretty much, with those I picked up earlier, locked me all the way back to February of 1966 on Batman. Yeah, that's a hell of a run. I've spent 30 plus years building a Batman run. Not trying to pay an arm and a leg on issues, trying to get through, trying to find them at flea markets and pawn shops, or well, sometimes you can find them at pawn shops, going to shows, 30 plus years, and I built a run of Batman from 1966, February of 66, all the way to 2021 or 2022 when I stopped collecting these books. And I can fill it in now, but yeah. All I need is like 8 or 9 issues, and I can go all the way back to 1961. A Batman. Yeah. I'm that intense. I'm that much of a effing collector. I will get it done eventually. I will get those issues. And I'm not trying to go. I could have actually grabbed all of them. Almost. I could have went ding, ding, ding all the way down through there, and I was like, no, I don't want to. I want to space it out, because there's a book that I'm glad for shits and giggles, I looked it up. I said, I'm going to see if Mile High got this. And I'm going to see if I can get it for 65% off. Now, back in 2019, and Eddie will tell you, our local comic shop, this is before, this is really what ended comics for me. Because I didn't want to drive all the way to another state to get books. And it was 2020. It was coming in that year. In 2019, the shop would have our own pull box list, and we could check off books. Well, I checked off this title because it has the key character's first appearance. It's debated. A lot of people think another book is his first appearance, but a lot of people are thinking this one is. Well, both books are highly sought after and highly priced. And so I checked it off, and the guy, and I think he put it either in somebody else's pull box or he put it in Eddie's pull box. And I'm not going to complain about it. I'm glad he got the issue. That's how the A-Team is. If I can't get it, I'm glad he got it. Well, anyhow, the shop was going, basically COVID was coming in, and he wasn't going to get any more books. Well, this book come out like a month, and originally it was like people debated which one come first, but a lot of people, Eddie will tell you he believes this is the first appearance of this character, but I believe, we went back and forth, me and him we debate on it, but I hedged my bets, and I picked up Hell Arisen number 3, the first punchline. Yes, Joker's new woman punchline is in Hell Arisen number 3. And I've got Batman 89. You know that. You know that shit. I've got Batman 89. And I've got a third printing of Batman 89. I got it from Walmart when it was selling the books. But yeah, Eddie, that Hell Arisen number 3, I secured the bet. I'm going to go ahead and get both of these. And this is what I was waiting on. This was like, oh man, do I have to keep waiting? Is the book's going to come? And this had me so antsy. weeks, and I was like, I can't believe I ordered this. The first punchline in the DC universe, and that was it. And yeah, it's one of those deals that I'm very happy that I picked up, and I couldn't believe they had it. I couldn't believe they had that character, that first appearance, and it had it cheap too, man. It was like, and here's a little side story. About two and a half years ago, me and Eddie was in Larry's shop. Welcome Back Collectibles. So I see the book there. I see that same book. And Larry has a price of $40 on it. And I'm sitting there debating it. I picked up the book and I showed it to Eddie. I was like, oh, should I get this? Should I go for this? And Eddie's like, man, and I knew Larry would have done me right. If I pitched him an offer on it, he probably would have took it. A reasonable offer. I'm not going to $20. He probably was he get the on my store, but then I wouldn't have done that. I would have pitched him a reasonable offer. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I bet I can tell him 35 and get this. I'm gonna get some other stuff. I can probably get this, make it average out pretty well. Then I was like, I'll just come back and get it. So I slid it back into the stock box. Well, little did I know, I come back like a week or two later, and somebody had bought that book. Somebody had traveled down and bought all kinds of books off Larry, and that issue was one they picked up. So I was like, I don't think I'll ever find it for under 40 again. Well, I did. Way cheaper under 40 than what I did. I did 65% off sale. Oh man, I was so over the moon. I mean, I was singing, I was like, oh, happy day. And there's a couple first appearances. I mean, I've been searching out that Mile High thing. I'm like, should I, Chuck got a good selection, and that was one of them. And I'm glad I hit on all the Batman books. I'm glad I hit those 3 different keys. That's probably the best Mile High pickups I've had in a long time, and that's why I'm calling it Mile High Magic for the title. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for liking and subbing the channel. I hope you enjoyed this. Drop me a comment about my pickups. Until next time, keep on reading and collecting.